This is a weekly reading for Taurus, and your song of the week is going to be BB King, The Thrill Is Gone. So there's probably something going on in your personal life or relationships that are kind of askew at the moment. There's probably a lot of things not coming together, or a lot of delays, or a lot of things you need to sort out and figure out in your own life, okay? Um, so, let's see. Your first card is going to be Proceed with Care. So I feel like there is a lot of stuff that you might need to heal from. You might need to heal emotional baggage, or you might need to heal how you feel about a situation. I want to make sure that that stays in focus, sorry. But yeah, I feel like there's a lot of stuff to repair in your personal life, your relationship, or just in your career in general. So it's probably a lot of things going on behind the scenes that people don't know about. But let's see. Let's start the reading with the first card, which is you right now. We have the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is strife and logic. So confidence, action, self-assured, goes for the things that they want, work, quick moving forward, shakes things up, impulsive. So you might kind of be doing stuff that's kind of like that movie Nerve. Um, I wish they did more stuff that was kind of crazy. But yeah, you're kind of doing stuff to draw attention or draw interest, or kind of if you're older, it's kind of like a midlife crisis. But I feel like it's to draw attention away from another person. Um, some people do that as like something called cloaking or camouflaging. Usually, cloaking is when a leader allows another person who's a follower to become a leader. With cloaking, in the common sense arena, it's cloaking a situation that's totally 100% this person's fault. And then you yourself are making yourself into a spectrum in order to draw attention away. So there's that drama arena as well as the leadership arena. So depending on what you're doing exactly, it's probably not going to draw too much attention, unfortunately, because the Knight of Swords is kind of like, oh, they're gonna do it out of, you know, sheer publicity. It's not gonna be anything that's gonna be stuck around, or do anything that's going to be long lasting. It's just to get a reaction, really. Um, so number two, week's theme. The week's theme is going to be financial and health. Financial and health with the Ace of Pentacles is the first fruits of labor or work, you know. See, a strong foundation, a cash injection, opportunity, prosperity, a new venture, happiness, and delight base for the future. So this could basically be like a thing between you and somebody else. It could be a rivalry. It could be a job thing. It could be also a love thing in your love relationship. If you're competitive, there's probably different things you do. There's probably like scavenger hunts and things like that. But yeah, I feel like this is something that a lot of people might be involved in. So there's a lot of competitive energy. All right, so number three, we have challenge. The challenge is going to be the Knight of Wands in reverse. The Knight of Wands in reverse is work and business in reverse. So, let's see the challenge. Doing too much, anger, moving too fast, and recklessness, somebody leaving, and there's a level of commitment that isn't what it could be. There's impulsiveness here too. So there's a sense of like you want something to happen right away, or you want somebody's attention like now. And this person's probably past it. Like, I'm gonna say this. It's probably you trying to, like, be like the main like thing or whatever. Oh, look at me because this happened and this happened. Nobody's watching you because there's bigger issues at stake. There's more um, things going on, or the relationship could be over, and maybe you're the last one to know. Like, that's the thing. Like, there's there's no like fixing it. There's no whatever, because during the relationship you should have been fixing it, or committing more, or actually doing things that were relationship based, or actually just doing something that would show appreciation for your partner, either leaving little notes, um, getting them something that they said that they needed, or kind of being more intuitive. Even if your partner is kind of like quiet about stuff, um, get some get something that's hobby related to what they would like. It's, yeah. If somebody constantly looks at cars, usually if you get them like some type of car thing, maybe car parts in a magazine. I have a lot of them around my house because I like looking at different mechanics. But yeah, you just need to find something that relates to them in some way, shape, or form in your price range. But I feel like this person is kind of like, you always do this, and nobody's appreciating your little scheme to draw attention to you. But I do feel like there's a lot of different things going on, and it's kind of like you're a little too late, and it already has gone out of control. Okay, so anything you do or say is just gonna kind of be put on the back burner at the moment. So um, that's why I always say, if you're into drama, you need to figure out the right timing. You can't go from like one person's attention and then draw it back to you. That's called a Shakespeare play, because it always draws back to the other person at some point. It doesn't matter what you're doing and why you're doing it and stuff like that. If you've done the same act before, it's only going to draw attention for like 2 minutes, and then it's off. Okay, so try to be tactful in anything you do. Try not to draw too much attention to yourself, because I feel like it's going to backfire really fast. And if it's part of your relationship, I would kind of keep it hush hush for right now, and try to actually work things out with your partner if you want to keep the relationship around. I feel like that's more important at this point than being, kind of in the spotlight. Okay, if you're in the spotlight for any reason, even if it's on Facebook or other social media, just remember, private stuff should stay private. They should not know every single thing you're doing in your relationship. That should always be private. You can show them little glimpses of it, but it should never be to the point where your audience, you, and your person are part of the same relationship. It gets complicated, and nobody wants to be in the middle of that. Okay? Anyway, we have number 4. Number 4 is reminder. A lesson to remember. Okay, so we have the Ace of Wands in reverse. So work and business. Being a thrill seeker, lack of passion, unable to finish, boredom, lack of energy, too much focus on sexual gratification. It's only the beginning and not the end. So this is going to be weird. Okay, so in the past, you might have been able to get anyone you wanted just by doing something, snapping your fingers, whatever. But I feel like it's kind of wearing thin as time goes on, okay? So it might not be working right now. Alright, and then we have number 5, which is the lesson that you will learn this week, which is the 4 of Wands. 4 of Wands is work and business. This is a new home, a new community, a purchase of a property, celebration, relationship being serious, becoming comfortable, safe, and secure. So Your partner isn't playing your games. Your partner is going to take the high road. My cat's having it. But you might be freaking out because you actually have to grow up, like my cat, you know. But you might actually have to grow up, or you might actually be in the situation of you have to change your mannerisms and attitude. This person probably was like, I'm going to get a house for us, I'm going to plan the wedding, I'm going to do all this stuff for you while you're having a tantrum. This person is probably more of a person that does manual labor. I feel like they might be like in commercial retailing or something to that effect, where they kind of take on the brunt of a lot of issues, the brunt of a lot of things. Anything you throw at them, they kind of take with stride, and they don't really like slow down for too much. You know, they slow down when they need a break, but they don't slow down. Like once you say you want something, they will go to the ends of the earth to get it for you. I feel like you're probably going to be freaking out, like, oh, I can't do this, this, and this anymore, and it's probably going to throw you for a loop. But this person is going to be like, I was on the phone with this, this, and this. I'm making sure that we have this, and we're also going to do this, this, and this. Like, this person's way ahead of you. Like, you haven't even woken up yet, and they already have ran the marathon, won the award, and taken pictures for tomorrow's newspaper. Like, that's who this person is. But I feel like you might need to catch up. And I feel like all these swords are kind of like, they did all this for me, like, you know. Anyway, the gift that you give yourself is going to be the King of Swords. The King of Swords is strife and logic. So this is intelligent, disciplined, reasoning skills, truth, high IQ, head over heart, wise, just, weighs everything up objectively. So this person is like the full package. Was the gift because like it had to go with like the coinciding thing of what you were going through in your mind versus what they were doing behind the scenes. So the King of Swords is kind of like the more inventive, innovative person that's gonna figure it out. They're not one to like put it away. My cats are fighting outside again. Anyway, there could also be a lot of stuff going on where one of you is kind of trying to get everything done and the other person's like, are you sure? Like, more of like a promenade instead of a gallop, you know what I mean? But, yeah, we have a couple of channeled messages too. We have protecting a way of life, your boundaries, an authority figure. We also have working with your family and being married to your job, setting goals for the future. I feel like this has to do with the person that you're with. We have a successful business through word of mouth, and debt collectors, competitive business. So depending on what you're going through, there's somebody else that's taking care of it. If it's a debt collector, your partner's trying to pay that off for you. If it's a business, they're going to tell their friends about it. If it's a marriage, they're going to tell their friends, relatives, anybody who comes in contact with them throughout the day will know that you're getting married, and probably sponsors and things that would help out with the wedding, or sponsorships or something. But they kind of have it all figured out, like what they want and what you want and all this stuff. Okay, so they're kind of a little bit ahead of you. But yeah, the King of Swords is just, it's kind of like if you ever wanted to rule a kingdom, a King of Swords would rule it, fucking cater it, fucking fight people over. Like, that's the type of person that you're dealing with. So I feel like they might be on a normal day like very quiet and reserved, and they might like to hear you talk. But on real days where it's like, you know, it's pedal to the metal type stuff, they're getting everything done. Okay, so you're probably dealing with somebody that's like that for whatever reason. So I feel like it's a good connection. I feel like you weren't expecting this person to be this way. But I feel like there's going to be a lot of things that you don't know about this person that you're with, and it's going to really be a pleasant surprise. So, anyway, Taurus, hopefully this helped you out in some way, shape, or form. I know it's kind of short and sweet, but it's a pretty good reading. So, anyway, I will see you in the next reading. Have a good week. All right, later.